What have I started? Okay, so I'm not going to make this a clickbait video and drag out the answer. So I'll answer the question now, but I'll also let you decide with the footage on if it's a good game. Everyone's opinion is different. My personal opinion shouldn't affect your own. Straight out there with my own opinion, I would give this game a 7 out of 10. My reason for that is I found a texture glitch. There wasn't so much in terms of instruction on how to play the game, just a general straight up, get your weapon and straight in. Other than that, really good. I'd also like to point out this is actually a free game, so those who are new onto the PC scene or like this sort of style of gameplay and that, this is actually free, so you can just go on Steam, find Conquerors Blade and literally download this and you have to pay a penny. We will be playing this game over the next few weeks. If you're interested in our journey and exploring the game with us, please feel free to subscribe. I want to try and do this as a story, playing it and then putting anything that we learn on here onto our videos, and just sort of seeing how that works. Try a bit of sort of change YouTube a little bit to sort of be more of a, oh, we learned this in this time period. Yes, I can understand that some people want to just know the facts straight away, but I want to sort of see if people will sort of join you in your learning process and be like, oh, okay, they learned this at this point, see the build up to it and how you got to that and how you learned it. So I thought I'd like to see how that goes and we can give it a try. So going back to the original question, what have I started? I'd like to say I've started an epic journey with you guys on learning this game, playing this game and sharing that with you. So like charging this castle, let's get straight into it. Here you go. Don't know, but he's coming, he's an enemy there.
Yep.
Hurry up!
I got one.
Yeah, I got the other.
Get going!
Alright, someone else is here now to help us.
Forward!
Here we go, incoming.
Another one, another one. No? Okay, that's... See? That was all us, thanks to that.
The enemy battering ram is preparing to advance.
There's a guy coming up.
The enemy battering ram is advancing.
That's one down.
Attack at will! Yes, Commander!
Get back down there, you little slag.
Follow me! Attack! Get going! Destroy them! Advance! After me! Get going! Serve with honor!
Oh no!
Follow me! Get into position! It is here and all! Hurry up! Attack at will! Yes, Commander. Follow me.
Fucking have that, you prick. One thing I definitely learned was keeping your troops with you at all times.
Yeah, well, I tended to run off. So in a couple games just now that I played, I tended to run off, and then my troops would stay behind. I'll get caught up in the crossfire and then die. But yeah, a lot of the times it is good to have your troops with you for defensive reasons as well as offensive.
Yeah, so with that I learned is keep pressing C as you're running forward, and or if you press X, I think that keeps on calling them up and presses them into sort of their standard stance.
Right.
So I didn't realise that until sort of later on.
Well, I didn't know that. So.
No, it's one of those things you pick up later and you sort of think, oh yeah, I could have known that now, and they've been so helpful. But it is what it is. So the other thing as well is horses. Like I watched the video clip of where we ran from one side of the castle to the other. There was no one in front of us, but we just ran. We didn't use our horses. We could have just pressed B and got straight on our horses and probably got across there a little bit quicker, just to save time. I suppose the fact that it's a hotkey and it's not so much of a you got to wait till the horse comes in. You instantly get the horse, don't you? And you can just sort of get on it and then sort of ride. And the fact that if you press Q, it makes you do that sort of slam move if you want to get off the horse. So it makes it a little bit more of it's a bit quicker to get off the horse type thing. So
Yeah.
did you learn anything sort of in that recent game that you've just done then?
Well, I mean,
other than having multiple players with you, and actually working as a team can make a difference.
Yeah, well, I think that's a given. What I learned, well, I say with my play style as I play the Nodachi, that is a class an offensive weapon, but that you can like use it in a way that is defensively. Like there was a point where there was like this alleyway, and literally I just held my men there, and that was like the defensive line. But then obviously I was able to swing at them with my sword. So when people say that like play styles for certain weapons are definitely offensive or whatever, I think that's a bit of a porcupine, because you can use different weapons in different scenarios and come out on top. But yeah, I'm saying it's just all a learning curve for me, trying to figure out what I want to do with this class sort of thing.
Yeah. I think looking at that, it's sort of 100% on when you're saying about your class and that, and what you use unit wise in certain scenarios. Because you could say as an archer, you can use an archer in offensive and defensive, and then you can use your shields as offensive as much as walking up as in the defensive thing of creating the line for your archers to sit behind. It's as much as that, isn't it, really? It depends on how you're playing the game and who you've got in that game. So I think one thing definitely going forward with the games that we've played together and games that we've played on our own now is a takeaway of work together. And if you're going to, I think, definitely attack one objective, it should be not just one of you attack the objective, it should certainly be two of you.
Yeah.
Especially with defending it.
Yeah, 100%. Say like that game there, for instance, I felt like, I may be wrong, I felt as though there wasn't enough teamwork. So like that, so I went round to the side, and it should have been like two of us go round to the side whilst people started attacking the gate, and then I charged in by myself. They sort of like looked at me whilst I was doing it, waiting until I died, and then come in and sort of like mopped up what I had already sort of damaged. Obviously you're trying to level up your character, I get that, but as a whole you need to think objectively instead of single-mindedly and going, well, I just want like kills, or like I want MVP. You need to like sometimes sacrifice stuff to be able to get the win.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think you're definitely right there. You know about MVP though, don't you? So
yeah, I do. Well, say it's only in the last couple of matches that I haven't got MVP, so I'm not really one to be talking about that. But yeah, anyway, it is true though. Like I don't play just to get MVP. I want to play to win the game.
I think the main thing is, and probably the fun part is when you do work collaborative. In a certain
you get
sense.
a sense of achievement out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think that I'm sure I'll show some footage of where where we're sort of playing as just me and you, sort of running around a little bit. I'll put some in the video and that, but
Yeah.
and sort of what that sort of sign of like, I think there's a perfect one as an archer, and basically he sort of like, he was running towards us, and then like I sort of fail my attack on him, so I sort of shoot past him, and then also
Yeah.
you suddenly like sort of as I shoot past him, it crosses over you, but you at that point are then cutting him up, if that makes sense.
Right.
So,
yeah.
you're running across from me. So as I've gone to go for him, he's then gone across from me, but you are following that cross line back into the sort of the main objective, which he was a pain for the whole game, for me anyway. So, but yeah, we end up getting him, and then I think I'll show the footage of that game, and that was definitely a good one. But yeah, definitely collaborative work is 100% in this. I think ones as well, like in Siege as well, using the actual sort of cannons and the siege weapons really as such, because I think when we first started playing, I think because they were just the AI, looking at that and just suddenly being like, wait, why is no one using these against us? And then when we've done the tutorials, since we found the tutorials, and then realizing, wait, oh, hang on, we can use these, and then like jumping on them, and then suddenly be like, oh, this makes things so much better, and then just firing them at obviously troops,
Or other siege weapons that are coming towards you. Like if you're defending, like use cannons to slow down the siege weapons. But then that makes you a very big target, so you need to think carefully about using them. Whether you can get away with using them or not, it may be difficult, but if you can use them, it gets you an advantage at the end of the day.
definitely that. So, but I think in the last sort of, well, I'm level 28, 29 now. So what are yourself now?
I think, hang on, I think I'm around level 22.
So in the last sort of, I'd say days worth of gameplay, so say 6 hours worth of gameplay, we're only, no, not even 6 hours. It's not 6 hours worth of gameplay. It's probably about sort of 4, isn't it?
I'd say maybe a bit less than that. Maybe say 2.5 hours. I mean, you level up really quickly, and that's 2.5 hours of like
actual
battles.
Playing.
Yeah, not walk around like sorting out all your equipment and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously you level up outside of that through stuff as well. But mainly it is all about the in battle stuff for leveling up.
Thank you for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to drop us a like. If you have any additional tips and tricks, feel free to drop them in the comment section. We'll be sure to add them into our next video. Again, thanks for watching and see you soon.